Annyeong! We are One to Sarang.
Your next favorite Hallyu podcast.
We talk K-drama.
Mandaming kilig every time
Oh my
we see
God.
K-drama.
We also talk K-pop.
Yung feeling ko sa 17 na they bring me so much happiness.
And we live to entertain.
What you gonna do when Dicky steak in front of
Check us out now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Also on YouTube. Join us sa Tawanan at Kwentuhan from One to Sarang.
The views, takes and opinions expressed on this show are of the host's own and do not represent the views, takes and opinions of the Bunk Collective and its affiliates. Material and sources mentioned in this episode is for general and commentary purposes only. This episode might include strong language and may not be suitable for children. Listener discretion is advised. Stay safe and stay wrestle everyone. Welcome to the main event, Mark.
So how about that, ha? Ayun. So, welcome to another live episode of the Main Event Mark podcast. And ayun, thank you very much for, of course, joining me on today's episode of the show. Oh my God, this is getting disastrous every week. But anyways, my name is Angelo Pinera here, and thank you very much again for joining us every single week on our live streams. And again, it's very prominent to us that every time that we're getting this PLE, wala na eh. It's more on how we should go moving forward, on how we should go there, going forward then. And it really shows on today's TNA show that's in progress while we're recording that we have to move forward then, and I think they are really doing a really good job. Regardless. Okay. So, bago tayo magpatuloy, mga ilang paalala muna tayo. Syempre, please follow the podcast on all of the social media platforms, on Facebook, on X, sa Instagram, sa TikTok, at sa Twitch. Or sa TikTok, wala na kasi tayo sa Twitch, so fuck that. At MEM Wrestling Pod, also you can support us on Patreon. And then, please support our latest episode of the PWPH podcast because that's very prominent on the past few weeks of that show airing on the Main Event Mark YouTube channel and also here on Spotify and the rest of the podcast platforms if you're listening to this on audio only. But it really shows also how prominent this stuff can go when this episode next week will be dropped. But I can assure you guys, next week's episode is going to be spicy. So you have to catch up with what's going on with the PWPH podcast. And for the meantime, you really have to listen on that next week. That's Wednesday at 6 p.m. on Spotify and on the Main Event Mark YouTube channel. For the meantime, let's plug some stuff first here. So Tagay na is coming in a few weeks' time now. So the main event again for this show is TZK versus High Proof in a Tornado Tag Team No Disqualification Tag Team Titles match for the World Underground Wrestling Tag Team Titles. And according to our friend Ador Cilantro, Ali, the tickets for the Gen ad is already sold out as we are talking about right now. And yeah, you can still buy the tickets on their website. As far as I know, it's Dexcon that Dexcon website sa dexcon.helixpay.ph. So, everyone will be able to get as well a voucher for their beers, of course. Kung 18 ka na pataas, syempre you can drink beer. And hindi naman, sorry, hindi ka na bibigay ng beer. But, yun, I think World Underground Wrestling is doing a really good job on promoting this show so far. And we cannot wait to see you there. Also, sabihin ko na din, yung mga hindi pa nag-check ng email, check yung email niyo. Yun lang. Going to mention all details about that. So, I'm not going to let myself get provoked here. But anyways, guys, promote na rin natin tong parating na show ni WWE. So, Clash at the Castle is going to take place this weekend or tomorrow at 2 a.m. Manila time. And also, if you want to watch it on their time, sa Scotland, it's 7 p.m. on Disney Plus here in the Philippines and on the WWE Network. If you have the WWE Network, then it should be working right away to you. And paalala lang ulit, lagi-lagi ko itong pinapaalala sa mga post sa page ko, that this PLE, starting from WrestleMania, wala na po siyang VOD. So kung gusto mong maghanap ng VOD nito or video on demand, siguro start mo nang maghanap sa mga illegal sites para medyo mahanap mo yung timpla ng VOD or mahanap mo yung VOD nito. Yun. So, hanapin mo lang yung VOD sa mga, alam niyo namang wrestling sites. I'm not going to mention anything about that. But yeah, we're going to talk about Clash at the Castle in a moment. Marami tayong pag-uusapan din on tonight's or today's episode of the show. And yeah, it's going to be a fun show. I swear to God. But yun, for the meantime here, and we're going to mention this, so it's made official. Our friends from the Kingdom Podcast is now part of the Pod Network, which is the home of our friends from the Wrestling Podcast. I hope you can support them on their future endeavors going forward. And magkakaroon din sila ng live later at 5 p.m. So if you are into K-pop, then ma-appreciate niyo po yung Kingdom Podcast. Again, the Kingdom is now part of the podcast. Yan. So, let's start with some stories this week in pro wrestling. We're not going to talk about Tony Khan, of course. Oh my God! Come on, man! Ano na naman to? Utangin na. Pag si Tony Khan lagi yung pinag-uusapan, pinapatayan ako ng mic. Yung totoo, tarang totoo. Nawala yung audio. Putang ina. Oh my God. Sorry about that, guys. Mukhang kinaka-copyright. De, audio issues yun. Sorry, guys. Sorry talaga. Magsalita hindi naman ako dito. Good Lord. Putang ina. Sorry about this, guys. Di ako naging prepared dito. Pasensya na. It's a few weeks exhausted na ako on what the hell. But come on, Tony, do something about that. Anyari? But anyway, sorry again about that, guys. Difficulties is happening all the time. And this is definitely part of that. But anyways, let's talk about some stuff first. Na hindi naman ako mapuputulan this time. So, this week on TNA Impact, guys, you should watch this, by the way. Finally, hindi na ako mapuputulan ng microphone dito kasi putang ina. Kasi, ewan ko for the past few weeks that I'm doing this live, lagi ako may nagagawang katarantaduhan. And every Tony Khan thing, that shit happens. Sorry about that, guys. Again, sorry for the inconvenience that you just encountered during the live. And you have to blame that to Tony Khan. But going back, at least we're back now on a regular programming. We have this fantastic reincarnation of the Hardy compound on TNA Wrestling. I think they did a really good job on this. And it shows that TNA is definitely the only promotion can do a really good job on this type of segments or this type of shows, which is fun, which is great. And to me, TNA really prominenting in this type of segments, it really shows that AEW and WWE, yes, they are leading the path over there, but it's very understandable then that TNA is definitely doing their shit too and their end. Although, as of right now, I'm still frustrated that this show, Against All Odds, is no longer available on TNA YouTube channel. But business is business as usual. And it is what it is. Pero, as we speak right now, so far on TNA, we have Tatum Paxley answered the open challenge, of course. Not surprised. Jordan retaining the belt. No brainer. And then the main event is actually Matt Hardy versus Moose for the TNA title. Kala ko magkaka-audio issues na naman ako. But hindi. But anyways, I think TNA talaga is the only promotion can build this type of segments, like specifically kay Matt Hardy, no? Ewan ko ha, pero on the WWE, wala eh. Medyo iba yung pakaramdam ko when it comes to this type of Matt Hardy segments. But in TNA, I think sobrang bumalik yung pagka-solid ng character build-ups. And it shows then how TNA is doing a really good job building up this upcoming show sa anniversary. And also today's Against All Odds. It really shows talaga. TNA is really shining if it's necessary. And specifically on this type of segments, TNA talaga ang nag-shine dito. AEW on the mod. WWE on the mod, by the way. Kasi hindi naman sila yung best wrestler. So it doesn't matter. AEW is we're the best wrestler. So that means something. But yeah, definitely was taken back to the peak era of the broken character when I saw this entire segment. But this is fucking cinema, not a fucking segment. And it really shows how TNA is doing a really good job on this type of segments. Sure. But it's really prominent that TNA, yun nga, sinasabi ko kanina, really shine the most if it's necessary. No? Yun. Isa pa, speaking of TNA, sige, singit na nga din natin, that TNA is having a still the one who bullshitted CM Punk on his last months in AEW. But yeah, I don't really see the sense of Joe Hendry having a manager. I don't really think so about that. Sorry about that, guys. Pero yeah, just to prove the point of his character, well, I think it works. Pero most of the time, it doesn't work. Especially on a character that's very over in the name of Joe Hendry. Wala. I don't really think a authority figure is necessary on his specific character. Ayun. So, yun lang muna for TNA. We will discuss more next week about Against All Odds, especially with this return ni Tatum Paxley or debut sa NXT TNA. We're going to discuss WWE in a moment here on the podcast. But for the meantime, again, guys, pasensya na sa technical difficulties na encounter natin on the episode. And I hope I can resolve this anytime. Ayun, patawarin niyo na lang ako. Bawi na lang tayo maya-maya. Pag-usapan natin mas mahaba. And also, your favorite shows, AEW, Collision, if you want Dynamite 2, yeah, let's talk about that. But we will talk about mainly Clash at the Castle. It's very prominent. We will talk about that in a moment. For the meantime, let's check our kabunk mates on Buckle.
Been wanting to learn about different careers? Or just need that nudge to pursue your passion projects? Here at Project Offbeat Careers Podcast, we talk to guests with unique careers outside the usual corporate shtick. Listen to historians, gamers, teachers, and cosplayers. See how they've succeeded and how you can apply their learnings to your workplace. Catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And get ready to take the off-beaten path with us.
Yon! Welcome back to the Main Event Mark podcast. Again, my name is Angelo Pinera here. Again, I'm really sorry for the technical difficulties that we got here on today's broadcast. You should blame that to Tony Khan. But, yeah. Let's talk about NXT Battleground. Let's do a recap on the show, please. So, this show, wait lang, putangin na, ayaw mag-show sa screen ko. Boy. Ayaw niya talaga. Pero yun, NXT Battleground, I think WWE did a really good job on this show. And I am saying that I don't like the PC or NXT Apex as venue of the shows kasi masyadong maliit. Mas maliit pa to sa PC. So, it's kind of unfortunate for us. But, yeah, no-brainer. Pero NXT Battleground, gagaya nga ng sabi ko, pero it's a really good pay-per-view if you're going to ask me. Ang naging flow ko lang dito, hindi naman ako nag-expect ng Tyro change. Pero Lola Bice versus Shayna Baszler should be the main event of that show. Just because of how prominent this match, specifically for a pay-per-view on a MMA location. But regardless, I think WWE did a really good job. Pero utang na loob, huwag ginang ulitin yung show sa Apex. Masyadong masikip yung Apex for this type of shows. Pero, yeah. So far, hindi na ako magbibigay ng top 3 ko kasi 5 lang naman yung matches. So, I'll just going to give my favorite match of the night on this show. Kasi bibigyan ko pa naman to ng review sa upcoming episode natin later. So, my match of the night, I think it should be the match between Roxanne and Jordan. Some fans na hindi fan ni Jordan Grace, di nila ma-appreciate to kasi di naman siya taga WWE. Which is fine kasi I get that you could not leave the WWE canon, but it's so nice to see viewers that na-appreciate nila yung performance ni Jordan. So it's a W regardless. And ayun. Jules, ako ang nawala. And I don't know why. Sorry about that, guys. Pasensya na. Hindi ko alam kung ano yung nangyari. Pasensya na ulit. Pero yun, going back to NXT Underground. Yun nga, putangin na. Ayun, sorry ulit doon. Putangin na, I don't know what happened. Pero yun, ako nawala, apparently. Hindi ko alam why StreamYard is fucking up today on our live stream. But yeah, we have to keep up here. Because we are professionals. And of course, we have to move on. It's really important kasi putang... Tangina! Ano yung nangyayari dito, StreamYard? But yeah, yun nga. Continue natin. Ano ba? Ano ba yung gusto ko sabihin? Nalimutan ko tuloy. Putang ina, ano nangyayari dito? But ayun, isang nitpick ko lang though about this PLE. Although I love Kelani Jordan's win, but it's very obvious that it's not going to last long, obviously. And the Tagtaros, very given, very expected moment. The rest, parang wala na. Ayoko na masyadong pag-usapan ng mahaba dito sa live. Kasi naglolo ko na nga yung audio, pinuputulan pa ako ng live. Wala na akong magagawa. But it is what it is. NXT did a really good job on this show. But the main event is kinda expected na, but I don't really care about the main event. But yun, there's only the main event that matters the most, which is the main event mark. And again, I'm really sorry for the technical difficulties that we are getting today on the show. I don't know why we are getting these technical difficulties. It's just because of the nature. Tanginang palusot yan. But anyways, news of the week. Let's continue with that, please. So, we have a rumor. Putang ina, ayaw mo mag-pop up na naman. Sabi ko talaga, mag-pop up talaga to. And it should pops up anytime. So, WWE is planning to bring back this PLE entitled Bad Blood, according to our friends from Pro Wrestling Insider. Again, this is not confirmed, but they are planning to bring this PLE back as a November or October PLE because of the anniversary of the first Hell in a Cell match. So we should expect a Hell in a Cell match on that match as well, or this PLE. Pero ano nga bang Hell in a Cell match ang dapat natin i-expect? And what this is PLE means, if we're going to have this, dapat bang i-retire mo ng War Games this year? We will find out more on that once WWE made this official. Pero I don't really care about Hell in a Cell or War Games putting in between these shows. Pero ang important lang naman dito, as long as we have this banger shows, I hope this will be a show. Wag naman sana yung magkadikit kagaya ng sa AEW, utang na loob. Kasi ang sagwa tignan. Pero yeah, it's so nice to see Bad Blood possibly coming back on our screens. And I don't really think that WWE is planning to add a PLE on September. Kasi they have to build up possibly major show after Bash at the Berlin. But we will see. Nothing is official pa naman. And Bad Blood is something that we need. Pero kung international PLE ito, saan niya ba magandang ganapin ang Bad Blood? Doon din ba sa same venue when the first Hell in a Cell match took place? Or they should leave that as is, or we should have a different venue for the show? But we will find out more of that once they can confirm this news about Bad Blood. Mag-SummerSlam payback ulit sila 1 week pagitan ng Bad Blood at War Games. Oh, good Lord. Good Lord, that's a really terrible idea, man. If AEW, if pangit na nga sa AEW yung setup na 1 week PLE, sa SummerSlam, itong show na to, lalo na, I don't think they did a really good job on SummerSlam payback. It's a terrible idea. So I don't want to see that setup again. But yeah, let's see on how things will fall going forward. Lalo pa nila magkaroon ng sandamakmak na pay-per-views this year. But we will see. Baka mamaya, September is given for NXT. Malay nyo naman. But we will see and we will find out. Yun nga, continue tayo NXT ulit. This week's NXT really showed possibly the future of the NXT Women's Division, especially with Lola Vice already teasing her shot on the NXT Championship again. this is definitely the perfect time to set up a match for the belt, possibly for NXT Heatwave. Imagine the magnitude that we are getting between Lola Vice and Roxanne Perez. Again, I am not dissing Julia here, but she's injured, and I don't really think that should be the one who should beat Roxanne Perez on the belt. But it doesn't make sense to me. But Lola Vice should be the perfect example then ng woman ngayon. And Lola Vice should be the one who can dethrone Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's Championship. At wala nang iba, obviously, wala nang ibang woman na dapat makagawa nun kundi si Lola Vice at si Lola Vice lang. Other than Lola Vice, sino nga ba? Aside from the NXT Women's or NXT na dinadala ng Raw at SmackDown, because I don't think they're going to give belt on someone again just to pull ratings. Kasi tinatalo na nga nila yung Dynamite sa ratings eh. Partida, magkaiba sila ng araw, wala ring NBA sa kanila na counterpart. Pero, I'm really doubting that AEW will survive another ratings war with NXT. But we will see. Ano nga ba ang posibleng mangyari? Hindi ko rin alam. But I'm really hoping that Lola Vice and Roxanne Perez gets their title match soon. And this should be the main event, not anyone else. This should be the main event. And going to be a banger, for sure. Especially how amazing Lola Vice is from their recent shows. And it really shows then how amazing Roxanne Perez on her recent run. Siyempre, Cora Jade di pa naman medically cleared, so it's very given. Pero it's time na rin to NXT na magkaroon ulit ng bagong champion in the name of Lola Vice. So that's what I can assure to you guys right now. So, mga ilang bagay pa na pwede natin discuss. Ang susunod na programa ay Rated SPG. Perfect. Perfect. Oh boy, we are having Ray boning himself on his own for sure. But anyways, this week's Raw really shows that it's time to split up the Judgment Day. We don't need Judgment Day anymore. At least in my opinion. Kasi I don't really see the sense of the stable. Finn is kind of getting overshadowed by Damian Priest because it's very obvious then. And it's really showing then on the current storyline na nasapawan talaga ni Damian. At this point, even Dom, nasasapawan na niya si Finn Balor. So, sapawan na yung ego yung labanan dito ngayon sa Judgment Day. Pero, to bring an argument din, sino nga ba ang totoong leader ng Judgment Day? And it's definitely not Damian. It's definitely not Finn Balor. It's definitely not Rhea Ripley. Then who? R-Truth? Siguro sobrang understanding ng asawa ni Dom to let him do this thoroughly. Araw-araw naman nilang ginagawa, so that's fair. Hindi na wala audio ko, pasensya. Yun. Pero, it really shows that we don't need Judgment Day anymore. Screw Judgment Day. Yun na masasabi ko. Siguro, pag nakabalik si Mami, yun, pwede na lang split yung Judgment Day. Then, Liv Morgan should get her moment beating Rhea Ripley soon. That will be a great closure for the Judgment Day. And let Rhea and Liv beating the living hell of each other. Pero speaking of Bad Blood, ang ganda siguro kung ito main event ng Bad Blood. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley, Dominic inside a, ano ba tawag dito? Yung steel cage na maliit. Dog cage. Tapos nandun siya sa gitna. That will be an amazing main event for Bad Blood PLE if this thing will be made official. Other than the match that they're currently teasing between the Bloodline Uno, Bloodline Dos, I really think that this should be the other main event for this type of match for the Judgment Day. And as of today, Ricochet is no longer the Speed Champion. Andrade is now the Speed Champion. And he just wrote off the TV. Na-wrote off na siya officially sa TV. And may date, to put an perspective then, nilagyan nila ng originally aired, originally taped, yung episode ng X show nila, yung Speed, na na-tape na siya before the assault ni Braun Breaker. So that's good on them for that. Pero gusto ko talaga subukan nila mag-live dun sa WWE Speed. So, gusto ko masubukan nila yung ideya na live. Pero hindi sila tatagal sila ng 5 minutes lampas if that happens. But yeah, it's very understandable. But yan, Dirty Dom on a pole match. No. Dirty Dom on a pole match will only make sense if andun siya sa taas ng cage, nandun siya nakatali. That might make sense. Pero Dom on a cage, dog cage will be fine. Then para silang tanga doon, Liv and Rhea fighting for him in the end. Just if it's usual. Oh, good Lord. I don't want this shit, right? Oh, boy. Boy, just like that. I don't want Vince Russo back on my screen. I don't want him back on my screen. And if I can tolerate Tony Khan, paano pa to? Putang. Hindi ko ma-imagine. Seryoso. Don't bring that shit again, dudes. Pero going back, Ricochet versus Braun, that should be a great match, but since it's going all elite, I don't think we're going to get that anytime soon. But Sam, I hope she's fine. And yeah, I hope she's fine doing tours by herself. And Ricochet, I really wish for your future endeavors. And sana, magdasal ka na lang din. Sana, ayusin ni TK yung booking sa'yo. Good. But yeah, so regarding on this week's Raw, I don't think there will be a worthy things to discuss since basically they're just building up Clash at the Castle, which is the one that we're going to talk about in a moment. But yeah, I just discussed tang inang Vince Russo yan. But anyways, we're going to take a short break here. And when we come back, we're going to talk about our predictions for Clash at the Castle. And then, marami tayong pag-uusapan sa audio-only natin mamaya when we talked about NXT Battleground. And pag-usapan na rin natin doon ng mas mahaba yung AEW Dynamite. Before we go to the commercial, just really quick, so let's promote this also. Putang na, ay talaga mag-pop up. But yeah, so EU Sky is now going to the Forbidden Door. This, ay, actually tapos na to, no? Tapos na, ay hindi, next month pa pala to. Next month pa. So, Utami Hayashita, I'm not sure if I mentioned it correctly, is going to fight Io Sky on Marigold's upcoming show on July 13. So, yeah. Forbidden Door is growing and growing and growing. And like what I said on the pre-show, Abangan nyo din yung announcement ni Noah tomorrow, Pro Wrestling Noah, on their announcement together with WWE. So that should be fun as well. So antabayan na lang natin ng Forbidden Door at yung mas magandang Forbidden Door. Yeah, definitely I agree. Please bring back the Moon stuff. I swear that should be brought back by Io Sky. But yeah, that's it for the show for now. We're going to take a short break. Let's check our kabunkmates and bunkplan.
Naguulat mula sa shore na kasing Pretty Ko.
Bringing you the latest and greatest.
And diving deep into the cool waters
of BLs and GLs.
And every kind of love there is.
We are the Shippers.
Sail with us as we watch our favorite queer love stories.
And update you about the latest every week.
Kaya tara, sakay na as we sail the open seas.
With new episodes Mondays and Wednesdays on all major podcast streaming platforms.
Sakay na you, let's go.
Hey, we're back on the Main Event Part Podcast. Final. Nakahinga rin ako ng maluwag kasi wala ng technical difficulties. That's good. So, Clash at the Castle, let's do the prediction for this show. This show will take place later or tomorrow at 2 a.m., 12 midnight. Dito sa atin ang countdown to Clash at the Castle. Main card will start at 2 a.m. It will be available exclusively on Disney Plus, only available live. So if you're not able to watch it live on Disney Plus, then maghanap-hanap na lang kayo ng backup sources. And yeah, that should be it for Clash at the Castle. And Disney Plus, pakidrop na po ng rights niyo. Siguro start considering that at this point. Yeah. So, let's talk about the match cards for this year's Clash at the Castle. Sorry guys, wala akong graphic nito. But this is a three-way match between Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair versus Isla Dawn and Alba Fire versus Shayna Baszler and so we start. So this match is for the women's tag team titles. Ano na masasabi nyo so far with the build-up of the women's division? Para sa akin, I think WWE is doing a really good job on building the women's division of the WWE, despite of its ups and downs. And I wish this title should be brought against NXT. Splitting up the titles or unifying the tag titles is such a really bad idea. And then putting it back na parang walang nangyari, yeah, it should be a bad idea. But anyways, this title match, as much as I want to pick the hometown girls, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, tangin na dapat na lang, ibalik na lang ni Triple H yung Kaylee Ray. But yeah, I think this is a must win for Jade and Bianca. Because it's only makes sense. Kasi di naman mapipin dito sila Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. But I would love to see a hometown twist here on this match. Yeah, it should be that. So, I'm going to pick Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair for this match. Yeah. Other prominent matches on this card, we have the Intercontinental title. So, it's Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable. So, ilang beses na natin ito na-discuss sa ibang platform or sa ibang episode ko that Chad Gable should beat Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship at some point. And yes, I said it. Pero I don't really think this should be the point or this should be the perfect time to be dethroned. On how prominent the storyline with the Alpha Academy goes, this is definitely the peak, or it should be built up really well with him putting down his academy. Utang na loob. Sana dito na sana manalo si Cable. Pero as much as the storyline goes with Alpha Academy, I don't really think he's winning this match. And para lang mag-continue yung story, ang susunod na build-up dapat ito ay matalo siya. So that makes sense. So yeah, I'm going to pick Sami Zayn on this match. O baka magkamali na naman ako. It should be Chad. But yeah, Sami Zayn to. Also, Bailey versus another hometown hero, Piper Niven. As much as I don't want to miscredit Miss Niven here, but I don't really think she's winning here, or I don't think any Scotland pips is winning this match at all. I'm going to talk about Drews in a moment. But yeah, props to Piper Niven though, that she did a really good job on the promo last episode of SmackDown. And I think she did a really good job too this week on SmackDown. And I really wish that Triple H should pull the trigger on these shows na kahit isa man lang sa mga Scotland peeps manalo. And I doubt it's Drew. And I doubt it's Drew. But yeah, this match is a Bailey must win. Very obvious din naman for some reasons. And for sure, Piper Niven is going to give us a really good match regardless on the outcome and regardless on what will be the outcome as well of this match. Then we have the supposedly the main event of this match. I'm going to mention the main event or the other match last. So it's Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. So it's for the World Heavyweight title. This is kinda hard because sabi ko nga gusto ko i-split yung Judgment Day, oo. And to execute that split up, Finn Balor should be a factor on this match. But I am not sure if that will be the case. And for Drew to lose, has to be CM Punk to ruin this match. Just to go into a perspective then. Lalo't SummerSlam, Gunther's waiting on the window. So I am not sure if on how this should or this match should go moving forward. Pero sige, I'm going to pitch my own idea. No? So, I want Drew to win the belt at this match. Then, tatalunin din siya agad ni Damian Priest or whoever wins Money in the Bank. Then, we should get a match at SummerSlam between Drew and Punk. If that's the vision. Pero, ang sure ko naman kasi, I'm not thinking na SummerSlam match lang yung Drew versus Punk because they're building that match for years and I don't really think we should wait for CM Punk to compete again after of that injury at WrestleMania itself. I don't really think that happens. But regardless, this should be a Drew win and let Gunther win at SummerSlam or Bash at the Berlin. Then we should talk about more about that later on. Pero what if hindi sa SummerSlam gamitin ni Gunther yung title shot niya, no? That would be fun. Kasi that would be fun that would be fun to me if Drew wins this match, okay? And then he will compete versus CM Punk at SummerSlam. And then at Bash at the Berlin, we are going to have Drew versus Gunther for the belt. And I really think that should happen because they should take advantage of the hometown hero, Gunther. But we will see on this match on how this match should fold after this match. Then, specifically for this Sunday at Money in the Bank. Tsaka dito din sa Clash of the Castle. Pero for now, I'll going to pick Damian Priest just to the CM Punk Drew match to go forward. Kasi walang sense i-predict to kung hindi matatalo si Drew. So that's it for me. And as much as I want to see all of the hometown heroes winning, but it's very obvious that they're not. Main event. It's Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles I Quit match for the WWE Championship. This should be a chaotic match. AJ Styles mentioned on the countdown, yung kickoff ng Clash at the Castle, na he never lost in a I Quit match, which is a TNA thing. I'm glad they mentioned that history with AJ never losing a I Quit match. But I doubt that AJ needs this win or AJ needs a win, because I don't really think so. This should be a win for Cody, just to put AJ in his place, and then at Money in the Bank we should build a prominent opponent for him at least. And that should be fun for SummerSlam kasi obvious naman na Gunter is going to gun for the World Heavyweight title. So we should get a build up already for the next opponent of Mr. Cody Rhodes. And I don't want The Rock to be here. And I don't want The Rock or anyone from the Bloodline to fight for the belt because I don't think it makes sense. But yeah, I want Cody to win, but that would be better if AJ wins. But it's fine. But yeah, it's AJ. It's a must Cody win for sure. And that's it for Clash at the Castle. Let us know your official picks for this PLE. And yeah, that should be it for now as well on the main event mark. Again, thank you very much for listening on this episode. And despite of the shit that we are getting right now, you guys are fine. You guys are safe. And everything goes really well on the second half of this episode. I'll figure that out next week kung paano natin maayos yung ganung shit. Pero StreamYard is always winning me. So it's very given. May history na talaga si StreamYard dito eh. Pero yun, you can follow and support the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and on YouTube at the main event mark. And also you can follow the podcast on all of the social media platforms at MEM Wrestling Pod. And also you can follow and support the Bong Collective on their social media platforms at the Bong PH. Also, you can catch the official wrestling podcast of the Pro Wrestling Philippines Club, which is PWPH Podcast. The episode that we have this week is kinda short, bitin pa ako doon. Pero next week should be fun because we're going to have the open mic night episode that was determined in a spin a wheel, make your rant. So that should be fun. And abangan nyo sino yung mang-iinit sa aming lahat doon sa episode na yun. So marami kayong abangan this week on the podcast. So please keep an eye on that. And dito sa main event, syempre, I'm going to release my NXT Battleground review as an audio only. And also yung episode ko pa where I'm going to talk about AEW longer on that. And always, syempre, pakisuportahan naman ng PWPH on PWPH Select and also on our social media platforms on Facebook and X. And me, supportan nyo rin pala ako, AJ Penera, on my social media, by the way. And that should be it for now. We're going to have a new episode later as well for NXT Battleground. We will talk about that longer. And yeah. Wala na, jinx na yung momentum ni AJ. He acknowledged na he hasn't lost and I quit match before. But yeah, regardless, next week's episode of the PWPH podcast should be fun and that should be a chaotic episode din. Hindi ko alam kung paano natin maayos yun at sana don't cancel us. Yun lang yung masabi ko. Again, thank you very much again for the Bong Collective for always supporting the show. and for keeping us alive and alive here on this episode of the main event mark. Despite of the circumstance we got just a few moments ago. Again, and again, thank you very much for joining us here on the main event mark live. Again, my name is Angelo Panera here. Thank you very much for joining us on yet another episode of our live stream. This should be the 10th episode or 9th episode of the live. But for the meantime, stay safe and stay ruaso. Good night, and good night. Fuck that.